When I get asked, Paul, what do you do? My answer is very simple. I solve sales problems, period. Does that make sense? So that's the body of it. Now, the close. What is the close? What is the close accomplishing? And there's a reason why I'm going to this, because it's going to go into the script.
I mean, obviously the close is the close. So
what does close mean? What does that mean? You use the word, right? So if you use the word, you better know what it means. What does close mean? See, you never thought about that, right?
Finalizing the transaction.
Okay.
But I also think it's the close. I don't know. I feel like the close is the beginning of the relationship.
That's it. That's it. That's it. There's 4 things in the close. For me, the close really happens when they're resisting you from the beginning, right? Because you got to diffuse all the objections, right? You're increasing your value. You're telling stories and you're getting them engaged, right? But the initial, for me, closing always happens from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? So closing really is the development of a profitable relationship. That's what it really is. Okay? Now, the close, in essence, it's a win-win relationship, right? That's what it's that's the ultimate goal, right? They have to know they're winning and you have to know you're winning. But if they're offering you 1.5% commission that they don't want to pay, they want to slave you, well, you don't feel like you're winning. So how can you defend a terrible offer, right? You're just not gonna, you're gonna be bitter about it, right? So number 1 is you're gonna have real value. You're gonna show them through a proven strategy to sell the house, the marketing, the this, you know, you have a proven strategy, the time, everything you said from there to when they give you contract, you show them real value. You went from perceived, intrinsic to real. Because the real value starts when the relationship happens. Now you gotta produce, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so real value. Number 2 is the win-win relationship. Number 3, the prospect takes ownership of services and or product, and that's because in my case. So the prospect or the for sale by owner takes ownership of your strategy, of the needs, how you're gonna sell it, you know, the video, the marketing, all of that. They want to take ownership. When I used to sell stock, right, and I made my clients money, they would brag to their people, man, I made a lot of money in the stock market, never giving me any kudos. When they lost money, oh, my stockbroker sucks, or he lost me some money, right? That's just typical, right? Or my agent didn't do this, didn't do that. No, maybe it's you. Stop blaming somebody else. Take responsibility. So the prospect or the for sale by owner now starts to take ownership, not only of your services, but of the niche and the relationship. Because nobody wants to buy. People want to take ownership. Right? That's why I tell an investor, or for sale by owner, do you want an investor or a buyer? There's 2 different animals. An investor is looking for equity and cash flow. And a buyer wants to have a home, right? It's just a big difference, right? And then number 4, in order for the prospect to take ownership, they have to visualize and see and believe the solutions that you're going to provide by what you're going to do. They have to know you could sell the house. And you see this is the table of content. This is the outline. Usually I start with this, but what we did was we implemented all of this during the training. Right? Isn't that what we're doing? If I explain this first, usually I should explain this. And again, I had to adjust and change to the industry. So I said, let's show results first, and then let's go back and let's show them the vehicle. Well, this is the vehicle. Now you appreciate the vehicle more now, hopefully, than you did before. It's like, all the experience you have, if you throw that up front, even though it's valuable, to them is not valuable.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why we do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions on that?
No.
I'm going to send you the paperwork on that so you can have it for your file.
Okay.
All right. But anyway, I wanted to go over that because when I tell you, and I mentioned to you, and I keep harping on it, it's like when you when I used to be a martial artist, right? My teacher always told me I'm the worst nightmare for them. I go, why? He goes, because I will have to kill you. You could have one arm. If you're breathing, you're going to still think you could fight. I say, yeah, pretty much. You're going to have to kill me, right? That's my mentality, right? But he was teaching me, okay, keep doing the jab. I don't want to do the jab anymore. My arms are, well, you're going to keep doing it, right? Because you got to master that. So I had to change the way I thought. I had to change my street attitude. When I became a black belt, he said, you're a white belt now because you're dangerous. And if you don't change your attitude, you're going to wind up killing somebody, or somebody's going to kill you because you can't stop a gun. So he had to change the way I thought about being a black belt, which means it's about honor and respect and humility and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. A bad attitude with being a black belt is not a good combination, right? So I hop on these things because you gotta change the way you think in every facet of the selling process. Because not only will it increase your value as a salesperson, as an agent, as a broker, as a realtor, whatever you want to identify, but as a human being. Because you can't be one way at home and then one way in business. It just doesn't work, right? So that's the key to that. So that's why I hop